Hey, aren't you Senator Dick Durbin?
Well, I sure am. I didn't think anyone would recognize me in this clown costume though. I'm just leaving a Halloween party thrown for me by some friends at Walmart.
Well, Senator Durbin, it sure is nice to meet you. I'm just an average everyday consumer doing some shopping here in town, and I wanted to talk to you about your debit card interchange fee legislation.
Oh, don't worry. There's no need to thank me.
Oh, don't worry. I wasn't going to thank you, Senator Durbin.
Huh?
My first stop here in town was my local bank. They told me I would have to start paying $5 every month that I want to use my debit card.
Banks are evil.
But they called it the Durbin fee. They said that you, Senator Durbin, were the reason they had to start charging a fee.
That is right. As I said on the floor of the Senate, I am honored that it is being called the Durbin fee.
Are you crazy? How is this supposed to help me, the average consumer?
This will allow retailers to pass more savings along to customers like you.
Oh, okay, that's good. I was worried there for a minute that you really were crazy. But it sounds like you included something in the legislation that will force retailers to pass along their savings to the consumer.
Well, not exactly. You see, it's really not the role of government to tell retailers how they should set their prices. That just wouldn't be right.
Oh my God. So you just assumed that for-profit retailers such as Walmart would lower their prices out of the goodness of their heart? That is crazy.
Yeah, but banks are evil.
So what the hell am I supposed to do now? Susie Orman told me I should use a debit card because it would help me budget and manage my finances better. I guess I'll have to go back to using credit cards.
Well, hold on there. That kind of defeats the purpose of the Dodd-Frank Act, which we were hoping would help to improve the country's financial stability.
Why didn't you think of these kinds of things when you wrote the Durbin Amendment?
Banks are evil.
It just seems like the American consumer is the one getting screwed.
Banks are evil. You remember the big bank bailouts, don't you? Bank of America alone accepted $45 billion in TARP payouts.
You are right. I was angry with the bailouts. It sounds like you are just as angry as I was about the bailouts, so I'm assuming that means you voted against the bailouts. That makes me feel better, Senator Durbin. Thank you.
Well, no. Actually, I voted in favor of the bailouts.
Oh, well, that is strange that you are so angry about something that you voted for. Well, I am still angry because the big banks like Bank of America probably never paid back any of that money.
Well, Bank of America ended up paying back the $45 billion 2 years ahead of schedule, with interest. But still, bailouts bad. Banks are evil.
Okay, now I guess I'm really confused. And you still haven't told me how this swipe fee legislation is going to help me, the average American consumer, or what I'm supposed to do.
Well, have you heard of Bank Transfer Day? The last I checked on Facebook, over 60,000 people had pledged to move their accounts out of big banks like that evil Bank of America.
60,000? That doesn't really sound like a lot considering how many checking accounts Bank of America has.
Hey, you were really starting to annoy me with all your logic and facts. Of course it's a lot. Consider that there are close to 15,000 banks and credit unions in this country willing to take their business.
So if my math is right, that's about 4 people for each of those financial institutions. I guess I am still confused. It doesn't seem like a lot.
Yeah, but, banks are evil.
Hey Dick, can I ask you just one favor before I get going?
Of course you can. Anything for my constituents.
Next time you have a wonderful idea that you think will help consumers and the financial stability of our country, please just keep it to yourself.